a guy that has a lot of fun doing what he's doing. I think he's really excited every single time he meets with us, and I've had a lot of fun with him. Just got to know him really well over the summer, and during camp you kind of hang out with him every day. So it's been a great relationship. We've had a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to working with him in a game situation.
How close are you guys to having everything down as far as the new offense goes?
Well, I think we've put in a lot, but it's just that total smoothness, if you want to call it that, still has to improve, and it will. We got 3 or 4 weeks of hard practices ahead of us, and it's something we're all looking forward to, and definitely an important time for our team.
What do you think is the biggest difference that people are going to notice in the way this offense, kind of looks this season?
I don't know if there's a huge difference people are going to notice. We'll be balanced like we always are. We know that's important, and we just want to put points on the board.
What have you seen from these true freshman running backs the first couple days of practice?
They've all done a really nice job. They all kind of, me and Coach Davis were talking about, they all kind of bring something different to the table. They've all done a really nice job so far. I think we've been pleased with all of them. They all can catch the ball, which is a really pleasant surprise. And so far, 4 practices in, they're doing a really nice job. Obviously, their heads are going to start to swim as we get to practice 7, 8, and 9, and it starts to wear them down a little bit. But they're all doing a really nice job, and they're all moving forward.
Is the game plan to be, in terms of run-pass differential, the same you've been traditionally?
I don't think we know that yet. I think we still have to figure out a lot of who's going to be all the receivers, who's going to be the running backs. I think Coach Davis does a really good job of playing to his personnel, and week in and week out, that might be different. When you're playing a huge team, you might throw it a little more, vice versa. So I think that's something that's more game plan during the week, and we got a lot of time to figure that out.
James, your first few years on this team were the Outback Bowl, the Orange Bowl, and the last few years the Insight Bowl. What's the difference between those 9, 10 win seasons and the 7 win seasons?
Well, it's really slim, and I think you start to realize that the competition in our conference and Division I AA and the MAC, I mean, all those teams, they're good, and if you don't come to play, they can beat you. So I think the one thing you notice, though, is the good teams, they find a way. Blocked field goals, last-second drives, crazy interception returns. I mean, that Orange Bowl team, I think we found ways to win in every tough game, and I think that's what the good teams do. They can pull it out when it gets really hard.
Having tasted that early but being on the bench for it, how much does that drive you to want to taste that this year, your senior year as a starter?
Well, I think absolutely that's something that you want to have. You want to have that successful senior year, and we're not content with 7 and 5 and 4 and 4 in the Big Ten, and all this hard work for the next 3 weeks is moving to improve that.
Is it a pipe dream for Jordan to come back? He's over there walking around, and Kirk was saying it's possible, and everybody's kind of...
I mean, whenever we do get him back, if that's at the end of the year, I think we'll all be really happy. He's a guy who works really hard, and I think we all grew accustomed to how he plays and the work he puts in. So he's a great player that we'd love to have, and obviously it was a bad break. But whenever we do get him back, it'll be nice.
I mean, not that he's the second coming of Sean Green, but I mean, what could he do inspirationally for you guys?
Well, I think just the way he works. I mean, throwing him into that Insight Bowl, he's about the tiniest guy on our team. He got battered around like a pinball at times. He's a guy who just literally gets back up every single time and gets back to the huddle, and there's no, I mean, it doesn't faze him at all. So a really mature guy for being as young as he is, and has done a really nice job, and I just expect him to keep improving.
You look at this wide receiving core, obviously you lose Marvin, but does some of the depth among the receivers, it seems like instead of just having Marvin and Keenan with a little Cavante, you're going to have 5 or 6 guys that you can throw the ball to.
There's a lot of guys that can catch in that group, and I think the spirit of competition in that group has been extremely high in the spring, and so far this fall has been extremely high. I think they all know that they have chances to get in there and catch balls, and so far they've all been doing a really nice job. And they're a younger group. Besides Cavante and Keenan are really the only ones in that group that have game experience, but everybody starts somewhere, and we're looking forward to that group to just keep growing as the year goes on.
You talk about that depth, so I mean, with the new system, we're going to have some 5 wides out there on the field this year, 5 wide set.
Well, I heard we were 5 wide every game all year.
Yeah.
But no, I think absolutely we'll be able to mix guys in. Guys like Jordan Cotton's really fast. You want to get him a couple touches and certain situations like that. So there'll be plenty of the passes to go around and plenty of guys that can catch.
And then finally, as a senior leader now, what are you saying to some of the younger guys or guys that are sophomore, junior, to sort of motivate them for, hey, we don't, like you just mentioned, we don't want the 7 and 5, 4 and 4 stuff?
Well, I think they all realize that. I think we have enough meetings as a team with Coach Ferentz and enough meetings as players, and we talk about it enough where they realize that that's not what we didn't come here to go 7-5. Obviously, you want to go 12-0 every year, which is obviously not plausible, but it's something you shoot for. You don't want to lose any games, and all these guys came out of successful high school programs, and they understand what it takes to win, and we just have to grow as a unit to get to that spot where we want to be.